I'm going to be guiding you through the action here between Counter Logic Gaming Academy and Team Liquid as they already move out. And we see Team Liquid coming out here with a rather aggressive style. Cow already moving around, potentially going to throw down the ward, but also have an opportunity to throw this blind hook. He throws the ward out. They're going to try and push him towards it, but Phil not going to have any bit of that. It's a cool little set play coming out from the rest of Team Liquid, not using the Black Spirit coming out from close at the very beginning in order to try and make sure they can get onto the map very quickly, but unfortunately not quite going to be enough as it is going to allow Counter Logic Gaming to go back and get some early wards down. Whole lot of excitement overall for nothing, but as we said, welcome everyone to Counter Logic Gaming versus Team Liquid, and I hope you guys are ready for one of the longer games coming out in this split. Both these teams have rather high average game time, and last time these two teams played up against each other, it ended up being a whole 50 minutes. But a couple things that you're noticing on the roster, just got to bring them to your attention. Number one, no wind coming out. If you were paying attention to Twitter earlier, CLG did notify everyone that in order to continue their forward positive growth for their team, they were going to be having wind play on the LCS stage, which leaves Stixxay to come in and fill for the rest of the team, joining right alongside his team Phil. The other one that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to is recently Doublelift stepping down a little bit from the LCS roster and having Tactical move into that spot a little bit more often. They did announce that he will be playing on stage this weekend over Twitter. And they also said that Ricardo is going to be coming in to fill in that spot. But as you see on your screen already, Tactical going to be coming right on in. Make sure he continues his spot, and it makes a lot of sense. Team Liquid has a lot of momentum coming through from this series as we see a little bit of trading, especially since they picked up Surenfire. This Oceanic import has been doing Team Liquid quite a bit of good overall. But still, neither of these teams having a whole lot of early power, neither of them having a lot of advantages coming in at the 15-minute mark. And it's important to note that between these two teams, CLG in almost every metric at the 15-minute mark in gold, in turrets, in dragons picked up, almost always comes out behind. But the only team that's one above them has been Team Liquid, so neither of these teams having a whole lot of early success coming in for themselves. The one thing that we're kind of going to be paying attention to in this game to see if we can change that a little bit has actually been Surenfire coming into this team. Again, we noted that he's an Oceanic import, and he's been having a lot of success so far, currently 5-1 on the Academy stage. Stepping back after Broxah does have his visa completed, he is playing with the rest of Team Liquid, and with a lot of LCS stage experience, he's really been showing what he's been able to do. But just saying that, that's not the only thing this guy has been doing. He's been playing in Oceania for years at this point, most notably with Direwolves, having several appearances at World and the Mid-Season Invitational. And as we say that right now, we see Frog is starting to move down towards the bottom side of the map. He is going to be clearing out of wards, so both junglers have a little bit of idea of where the other one is. Surenfire walks over the Pixel Brush ward in the bottom half of the river. He's got a very, very small lead, but very mirrored starts across the stage. Not a whole lot going on between these two teams just quite yet, just as we were kind of expecting to see. One thing that I do want to point out too is we were talking about all kinds of play between these two teams. There's definitely a whole lot of advantages going, but we'll get back to that. Frogz is going to be finding Surenfire here in the jungle. The pillar already used, so Surenfire should be able to walk away, but without priority from his mid laner, Usui being forced to back, it is going to be a free Scuttle Crab picked up for Frogz, and just giving a little bit of a thanks for the leash to his opponent as he backs away. But to go back to what we were talking about a little bit, we were noting that there is a ton of evenness coming out from Academy, as we have seen for the past several splits. These two teams are not part of the six-way tie. It's a beautiful hook coming out from Cal, getting a good play. It's a lot of spears landing into Phil. Is it going to be enough? The Ignite goes through. Not going to be enough, as the Rend is going to be cleansed away. The Ignite not going to take for the last little bits of damage, and Phil, even though he is going to be walking away with his life, does take a lot of damage and burns this defensive summoner spell, and is going to be leaving Stixxay alone in the lane for a little while. We'll see how much Stixxay gives up as they are now getting the lane frozen against them. And you're looking at these guys as a big opportunity. Stixxay coming from the LCS, you have to look at him. He has an opportunity to do a lot of good for the CLG roster, and already been paired alongside Phil, not getting a whole lot of success, as Usui, again, taking a whole lot of damage in the mid lane. We gotta paint the picture a little bit of where these two teams actually are in the grand scheme of things, Team Liquid, again, as we touched on briefly, massive 6-way tie for third place between all the teams in Academy at the moment. And really, it's coming down to the do or die time. All these teams are looking to cement themselves and make sure that they can get towards the playoffs, where only the top 6 teams are actually going to make it. While a couple of teams have not quite locked their spot, as Dignitas and C9 at 9-3 and 8 of 4 apiece are looking to just pick up 1 or 2 more wins in order to lock themselves a spot. We'll see. Ooh, they're not quite going to make it, but Frogs is going to be forced to flash. Yusui looking for a little bit of a chase. Stixxay taking some damage. Yusui has another flash available. Gangplank ultimate is here. Does Yusui actually go? There's the bubble. Is he going to be doing anything else? No. The root coming out from Stixxay is going to stop them in their tracks, and that is a lot of resources committed by Team Liquid in order to try and get some form of punish after the Cloud Dragon was picked up by the side of CLG, and ultimately nothing really comes of it. But across the board, doing quite well in terms of their actual CSing, getting a lot of small early advantages just in terms of individual laning. But Frogis, once again, up in the top side, not quite getting caught out as Yusui is hovering up over here, but Jenkins looking around. There's no flash on this Trundle. Jenkins standing in the way. Flash coming up from Yusui. There should be a very dead Troll King, and indeed, he goes down. First blood getting picked up by Yusui. He's going to be very happy with that. He's going to be able to back away, and so much pressure is relieved from Jenkins. You saw that his wave was getting pushed into the enemy turret, and with a Trundle coming in behind you, could be very difficult for Gangplank to escape. So overall, huge win coming out from Team Liquid. Jenkins and Yusui able to sandwich the enemy jungler. Deus forced to just CS this big wave underneath his own turret. And on the cross side of the map, you always got to be asking yourself, if your opponents have extra members here, you have extra members somewhere else. And Surenfire going to be stealing away the red buff as they move down towards the bottom side of the map. Surenfire does have the explosive cask available, and Stixxay hanging on back is going to get the root down, but are they going to get anything? Surenfire, not a whole lot of success. He is stunned right out of turret range. The dark passage is there. He might be able to get away a little bit, but already a big flood coming through. Deus with the teleport is going to force out the ultimate from Tactical, and unfortunately, I was just praising Team Liquid for getting this huge play on the top side of the map, and they turn her around. Surenfire, all the experience in the world, it doesn't do you any good if you're going to be missing these small mechanical plays like that. Giving over a free kill and all the advantage you just picked up, giving right on back to Counter Logic Gaming. On the other hand, we just talked about this. When you have extra members on one side of the map, your opponent has extra members on the other. Jenkins just knows that his opponent did teleport away, so that gives him a little bit of an opportunity to push in the wave, potentially pick up a couple of turret plays. But Yusui getting really aggressive on the Drowsy comes through. He's going to be trying to dodge away, and the ultimate is there. It's not going to be quite enough as Yusui forced to heal in order to get away from Tuesday. And now with both Cow and Surenfire on the top side, they see that there's no ward. Yusui going to be sticking around, see if they can find something, but the Descent not quite in range. Yusui being a little greedy as he moves around with the ultimate, but Cow still just out. You gotta be very quiet. Don't give anything away. Are they going to step on over? Surenfire is spotted out. Tactical also spotted out with the plant coming off the side, and with so many members now, you have to imagine something big is happening on the other side of the map, and indeed, looks like it is going to be a Rift Herald start coming out from Team Liquid. Aatrox potentially having an opportunity to move, but Jenkins still has his ultimate available. 3-on-3 are in the top lane, so he's going to be the first one to move. Look for Jenkins' ultimate. They're trying to find the stun on the Cow, not quite going to find it. Yusui going to be using the heal. They're trying to find Phil. The cleanse is used fairly early on. What else can they do? Need to find a little bit more of a Tactical. Not even coming close, not even worried about that fight. He's going to be able to continue moving and taking things on the other side of the map. Here, Jenkins using his Cannon Barrage across the map to try and find a small advantage for his team, and again, not quite finding anything. Deus, though, tried to move into the mid lane, try and make sure that the wave is pushing out so that he can show up, since he was the one who did not have the teleport available. So give Jenkins another opportunity to start hitting away at these plates, and we might see him getting aggressed on down in the bottom lane as Deus and Jenkins going head to head. The W not quite landing. Jenkins taking a lot of damage, but with so much damage of his own underneath his belt, multiple biscuits, he's still got corrupting pushing charges. He is going to be able to walk on out. Deus might have been able to do something there, but ultimately better safe than sorry, as Finally, Jenkins is forced to flash. Froggus comes down, throws a quick pillar, and just as we were talking about before, with the wave push onto the other side of the map, you gotta be a little bit careful. That's just pulling a jungler down onto your side. But again, this has been the story of the game. Every single time you see the jungler on one side of the map, you see the opposing jungler doing something on the other side of the map. This time, Surenfire and Cow should be able to pick up the Rift Herald in exchange for the blue buff that Froggus is going to hand deliver to his mid laner Tuesday. Extra people here, see what they are actually able to do with it. They haven't picked up a whole lot of plates in the top side of the map, and Tactical just looking to make sure that this crashes, have an opportunity to push it in, and hopefully deny a couple of minions from their opponents. One thing we haven't had a lot of time to talk about just quite yet is the fact that Stixxay and Phil going for something that has been seeing a little bit more play across the regions. And that Stixxay, you'll notice he's only got 6 farms. Jenkins, gotta be careful. He's going to get aggressed on, but should be able to walk on out. But Stixxay, with only 6 farm, actually picks up another support item for himself. Let Phil do all the CSing so that Stixxay can actually get more souls. He's going to get more AD, but Tuesday getting aggressed on Cow, forcing a flash out from Tuesday. With the mobility boots, able to run people down very aggressively, and this is perfect. The flash being blown from the mid laner. 5 members from Team Liquid already in the bottom side of the map, and we were saying this might be a boring first 15 minutes of the game, but that's not what it's looking like to me, as all 10 members are starting to come around. This will be a difficult steal if Froggus does choose to go for it. Tactical uses the rend a little bit early, but Surenfire just going to be easily picking that up, as we see the Ocean Dragon is going to be bringing life to Summoner's Rift across the map. Is going to be getting those beautiful pools, which means a couple things. One, lots more bushes all over the place, and the bushes that already exist going to be getting larger. And 2, all of the extra honey fruit are going to be around. People can stay out on the map for a lot longer than they would previously. And overall, this is kind of a boon to both teams. You're really looking at these players like Tuesday on the Syndra and Yusui on the Zoe. These guys are the ones who are going to be looking for picks over walls. They're going to be looking for support from their team to get a little bit of crowd control onto individual members, land their stun, land their crowd control, and then follow it up with a one-shot combo, with both of them having extra mana to play with, both of them having the ability to one-shot people very directly. It's going to be a very pick-oriented game later on, but as we look at the top side of the map once again, Froggus is up here for one of the few times that we've been paying attention. Surenfire also on the top half of the map. Are they going to be doing anything? It's a little bit of an awkward opportunity for Surenfire to come on in, especially since we see Tuesday starting to roam up from the mid lane. Yusui has not been able to build any priority in the mid lane, as we see Tactical and Cow doing the smart thing, walking a little bit farther away. Surenfire also pops out, and with the pillar there, we now see that Team Liquid know exactly where Froggus is, as Tuesday, we've seen this story before. How many orbs can he get? He's looking for the stun, is going to land it. Also going to be dodging the bubble. Well played, Tuesday, able to find all these small outplays against his opponent. But overall, game looking to settle down a little bit as we do approach the 14-minute mark, and that means that Surenfire wants to make sure he uses his Rift Herald before it's too late to get all the plates for his own team. Choosing to put it in the mid lane. Not too big of a surprise, especially with the rest of Team Liquid moving down, trying to pick a little bit up, because there's not a whole lot of people here to actually defend this turret. How much will they actually be able to get? They are going to be able to get 3 plates overall off of this mid lane turret. That's about it. They're not going to be having a whole lot more to really play with. You should be having... Oh, Surenfire goes in. Explosive Cat's going to knock him right on into the wall, looking for a huge amount of crowd control. Cleanse not going to do you any good. It's Phil bouncy castled around over and over. So many tools being blown from Team Liquid in order to pick up a kill, and they are finally going to secure it for themselves. They do take down Phil for their 2nd kill of the game. And with the support gone, with only Stixxay up in the top lane with Sten, you see that he's going to be backing away. And it's not just a kill that they're going to be picking up for themselves. This could very easily be the first turret of the game. Jenkins is going to use the Cannon Barrage. He is indeed going to do it in order to make sure that the race isn't even close. Froggus and Deus not going to have an opportunity to try and trade it right back. He's going to have an opportunity to get right on back the way, but Tactical and Cow, you see, are going to have plenty of opportunities to pick up some gold on this side of the map. I did want to say briefly earlier, before a lot of small action points started happening, there's actually a fair amount of LCS stage experience coming out for both teams at this point. Stixxay, obviously the big one that people have been looking at for Counter Logic Gaming, having so many games with CLG on the main stage. And of course, Surenfire and Tactical have been seeing their fair share of games this season during the spring 2020, as Tactical has been having opportunities to play alongside Doublelift, as well as Surenfire being the jungler that Team Liquid had going into the first half of the split. And now going back into the Academy role, will have plenty of opportunities to show off what he's learned. And again, I just have to point out how much of a difference this guy has really brought to the Team Liquid roster. Prior to him coming in and playing the Academy side, Mike Young, the previous Academy jungler from splits before, as well as having a ton of stints across the entire LCS stage, was only going 1-5 with this team, whereas Surenfire has turned it around. He's got the exact inverse score, 5-1. Let's see, can he do what he was trying to do the first time? He doesn't have the flash available, and with Jenkins with the siege, going to have plenty of opportunities to take it down. Big damage coming through, and now Deus in this longer lane might actually have opportunities to try and chase Jenkins down. And Surenfire, he's kind of harassing. He's just saying, what's up? Froggus going to be clearing out most of his own things, going to be picking up this big ward, and now we're seeing another battle, but this time Counter Logic Gaming is the first one to the punch. You see that they have all 5 members in and around this dragon. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble not quite going to land. Yusui, again, trying to land all these Qs. This is what we're talking about. These two mid laners with so many tools to try and land picks, and I like this a lot. Team Liquid not going to be worried as much about all of this vision as they try and back away. Cow going to be landing the Death Sentence, is going to land. Yusui is probably going to be using the barrier. He is. The Explosive Cats is going to be splitting the team up, but Jenkins still having the Cannon Barrage available. We'll see what they end up doing. He goes in. Surenfire going to be forced to use the stopwatch in order to keep himself alive. Instantly blown up on his way out. Bill going to be doing a fantastic job of keeping himself alive in the 2-on-1 on the other side of the fight. And man, I really don't know about that one. Surenfire doesn't have the Explosive Cats available, but not all is gone. Right now, Team Liquid going to be picking up their 3rd outer turret of the game, and they still have decent positioning out here on the rest of the field. Yusui looking to find some damage. Cal looking to find the Death Sentence, not going to find it. Jenkins going to get pulled back in. Oh dear, Yusui, that's not where you wanted to be. A shutdown. Here comes Deus, trying to get all kinds of damage down on the rest of Team Liquid, but they are going to be able to back away, and all the positioning that Team Liquid is able to keep up for themselves throughout the game just goes all to naught. Yusui steps a little bit too close to the enemy top laner, giving over the Ocean Dragon to the side of CLG. And that's one of the things we do need to pay a lot of attention to for this team. CLG have only picked up 2 wins on the split, currently sitting at 2-10, but in the wins that they have picked up, they've gotten Dragon Souls, and we all know how powerful the Ocean Soul can be. Doing damage to an opponent gives you a huge burst of healing that refreshes over and over throughout the course of a fight. So if they're able to pick that up, it's going to be absolutely massive. But Team Liquid, as we keep on saying, if one person is putting their foot on one side of the scale, the opponents need to do the other. Cow and Tactical now behind Deus. He still has his flash available. Cow is going to be able to land the flay. Tactical doing a lot of damage. Just looking for a big Ren flash away. Surenfire is here. Oh, Deus actually going to be able to get over the wall at the thickest point. Surenfire not fast enough to move, and that is going to be a beautiful escape coming out from Deus. But it is still going to be a Rift Herald going over to Team Liquid, and they are currently sitting at 4,500 gold lead. But now, again, you always have to ask, what are you going to do with the advantage you just picked up? It's not enough to just have the Rift Herald in your pocket. You are going to need to use it somewhere. And the thing that we always want to see, when you are playing these pick-style compositions, when you do have the Zoe, when you do have the Gragas, to find individual members, blow them up, get them out of position, you want to be opening up the map very quickly. This often means going to the mid lane, getting access to both sides of the jungle. Oh, Cow. Going to be throwing that down. Not going to be hitting the root from Stixxay. Cute little play. And Surenfire, I'm expecting to see a play with this very soon. And wow, it's a bit sooner than I was expecting. They do have all 4 members here. Cannon Barrage is up, and Stixxay almost instantly blown up. Still trying to go back. The cleanse is already used. They do have the Rift Herald already on the turret. Might be able to pick it up, but every single member is already here. Cannon Barrage is committed. Gangplank not that far away is going to be able to join him. Whoa, what just happened? Senna, Stixxay, you just died of the cannon barrage. Surenfire going to be getting another big kill, and Tactical going absolutely massive here. Oh my gosh, everything falling in Team Liquid's way. Back to back to back with the jungler dead and Kalista on your side. This might be an opportunity to go for the Baron, but instead they're going to be looking to back away. They already picked up the top lane turret. They already picked up the mid lane turret. They picked up 3 kills in these chain picks back to back to back. And this is looking very dire for the side of Counter Logic Gaming. Haven't been able to find a whole lot of success in either of their side lanes. Excuse me, either of their solo lanes. As Deus currently 0-0-2, but down 20 CS. He used his teleport early to try and get some early advantages, but Jenkins getting so much extra lane gold, getting the extra CS and the extra turret plates makes it very difficult for him to compete one-on-one. And Tuesday, he's done a lot of good play up against Yusui in the mid lane, but again, not actually finalizing the kills, not getting the gold he needs. He's only up 10 CS, but down 2 kills at this point. If we just take a look at the gold, we'll have to see a big difference as you see the difference between the items in Tuesday and Yusui. We have 2 needlessly large rods in the inventory of the Zoe, and 2 Doran's rings and an amplifying tome in the inventory of Tuesday. And one of these does a whole lot more damage, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even close. But we'll see. There's still plenty of game left to play. Phil going to be dodging away from the play, but not the death sentence. He doesn't have a flash available. Here comes ultimate. We'll see how many people try to actually come back, and they are going to be able to dissuade them. Surenfire jumps over the wall. But Tactical already on 2 items. It is going to be doing quite a bit of damage. 2, 0, and 1 Blade of the Rune King and the Ruining Hurricane. So you know those spears are going to be going all over the place. As we see this vision battle starting to come through Tuesday. Hit with a spear. Vision wards are starting to get cleared out. Lots of people starting to move, and this is actually, once again, 4 members of Team Liquid minus Jenkins, who is currently on the other side of the map, has his teleport, has his cannon barrage available. The question is, what are they doing here? They're setting up Vision. They're trying to make sure that they can get this Baron whenever they want it. They find one of these picks that we keep coming back to. If Yusui finds a Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto the right target, he's able to pick up a kill onto Stixxay or Tuesday. Oh, they don't even need a pick. They're just going right for it. The blue trinket does come out. I'm expecting that to dissuade Team Liquid, but they have all the vision. They have a huge early warning system. They know exactly where everybody coming out from CLG is, but they're going rather low. Surenfire, gotta be careful of his HP. He's going AP. He doesn't have a whole lot of health to necessarily fall back on. But once again, Deus with no teleport coming up to the middle of the map. And that's going to be giving Jenkins another opportunity to start hitting away at these turrets. He's got the cannon barrage. He's got the teleport. And every single time we see Deus moving up, that's just going to be another half a turret getting picked up by his opponent. And this is a slow kind of game. Guys, last time we looked at this, the kill score was exactly the same. It was 5-3. That was 4 minutes ago. And that was about a 4,000 gold lead. Now Jenkins, Barrel not going to be that much damage. The ultimate is coming out from both Tuesday and Jenkins, but it shouldn't dissuade them from actually going to pick up this Ocean Dragon. Potentially a steal coming through. Surenfire is in the area. He is right here. He goes over it, not going to quite land the smite. Froggus and Stixxay both need to be very careful. The explosive cast is there. Can Stixxay walk on out? Surenfire is going to keep himself alive. Froggus finally forced to commit the ultimate. Tactical on the other side, finding Tuesday, finding Froggus. Can he do it? Cal coming around, and Tactical once again looking to go massive. The shield is there from Froggus, but it's not going to be enough. Senna not going to be able to do enough healing for their team, and every single time we're seeing Team Liquid coming in, finding these cleanups. They're finding these small advantages every single game, finding their 6th turret to 0 right now as Jenkins once again able to delay them long enough for every single member of Team Liquid to actually show up. What were we saying a couple minutes ago? 5-3. It was a 4,000 gold lead. Now they've only picked up 2 kills since, and they're already over 10,000 gold in the lead. This is the difference that Surenfire has been bringing for the team. This is what they've really been looking to do. Ever since this guy joined the team, their average game time has gone down nearly 2 minutes. He's able to find a lot more early plays, and despite his flop at the very beginning of the game, he's creating enough pressure around the map. He's helping them move their rotations. He's making sure that Jenkins is in the right spot, because you see he's still got the teleport available. He's still going to be going down to the bottom lane. Davis doesn't have the teleport available. And the cannon barrage coming up in just a couple of seconds means that Jenkins can have cross map pressure at all points of the game. It's been slowly strangling CLG out over and over and over. And with a Rabadon's death cap completed onto Yusui. The one-shot potential for Tuesday, and Stixxay getting higher and higher and higher. We'll see what they're actually going to do. The vision control, once again, that was a sleepy trouble ball. Well, you see how much damage this is doing to Stixxay? Imagine if he actually was in range to follow it up with the Paddle Star. That would have been a very dead AD carry and almost definitely a Baron coming out afterwards. But now Jenkins on the run. Too many members of CLG on the other side of the map. And here we go. Tactical with the Blade of the Ruined King Slow is going to be getting a lot of damage into Phil. Just going to be able to back out and start throwing spears once again at the inhibitor. Surenfire coming around the side, not going to get caught by the root. And because multiple members of CLG were trying to chase down Jenkins, the rest of Team Liquid able to move forward, pick up the top lane inhibitor completely for free. And with the extra pressure that this adds onto the map, it should be relatively easy for Team Liquid to move around, continue to control the vision, and use their CLG to start looking for an opportunity to come in. Now they're looking for Tuesday. He does have his flash, Surenfire. He's going to get slowed down by the pillar. Are they going to go for this? It's going to be a pretty aggressive move to try and pick up Tuesday, and instead they're just going to be moving in the way, but you see how much damage Yusui is able to do. Go grab some fruit. You'll be just fine. You have plenty of mana there still, sir. Going to continue doing more of the same. Now, there is a saving grace coming out from CounterLogic Gaming. It's a long shot, but a long shot is better than most of the things they've got right now. They need to start picking up wins across the league in order to make their way towards playoffs. But if they are able to go out in a minute and 50, we are going to be seeing the third Ocean Dragon of the game spawn. If CLG is able to pick that up, then Ocean Soul won't change the fact that they are now down 12,000 gold. It will give them a lot more opportunities to go for kind of brawly fights, right? They already have plenty of opportunities. They have a decent amount of healing coming out from Stixxay on the Senna. They have healing coming out from Deus and Frogis on the Aatrox and Trundle. They have more healing to add on to that. It's very difficult for the members of Team Liquid to really grind them down over time. They're looking at a lot of burst damage coming through between the Zoe and the Gladius. They have some big chunks that they can do with the Gangplank. Doesn't look like Team Liquid has any intention of giving their opponents any opportunity to go for these longer stretch fights. And now CLG grouping up as 5. They're the ones who need to try and force something to happen, because if this game goes long, it doesn't necessarily get a whole lot better for the Might. They're starting to move. They know they need to get the vision control in and around the dragon. They know they need to start being aggressive with where they're actually being on the map. And Stixxay going invisible, just doing a quick ghost dive with his buddies. And Jenkins, again, uncontested in the bottom lane. Deus does have his teleport available. Frogis, he's supposed to be the tank on the team, is already brought down, and there he is, blown to bits. Tuesday hit also with explosive catch for Surenfire, have an opportunity to go for it. Here we go, tactical looking. Stixxay, are you going to be able to get out? Descent, not even close. Bursted before the Cosmic Radiance can come down. Surenfire is just here. Easy cleanup for the rest of Team Liquid as Zoe finds their third kill of the game. 3, 1, and 4 on Yusui. 5, 0, and 2 on Tactical. And what are they going to claim as their prize? One of the inhibitors? No, they're going to be going for the Baron, as you see Tactical, Cow already moving their way over, and Surenfire hedging their bet a little bit. Want to make sure that there's no opportunity for their opponents to go for this Ocean Soul. He's going to be slowing that out. This is kind of a tough two-man Baron. Yeah, Tactical does a lot of damage to it, but Cow is not all that tanky. They do bring Yusui over. It should be enough as long as they trade taking. The Ocean Soul is available. You see Cow is going to be backing on out. No teleport opportunities available for Deus. He can't come in here to interrupt them. So overall, very clean game coming out from all of Team Liquid. Once again, this team in that massive, massive 6-way tie for third place. Picking this up should start moving them towards the top half. Naz's game, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. 16,000 gold is a lot, but it's not the end of the world. We are still looking at what these teams have coming out for the future. Team Liquid, 6-6 coming into today's game. That means they still have 6 more games left to play. But it's not looking to be a particularly easy schedule coming out for them. They're playing Cloud9, Evil Geniuses, Golden Guardians, TSM, and FlyQuest. And the big problem here is they've only picked up a game off of one of these teams previously. Cow, and they're dodging out of that one. They need to start picking up wins against teams that they'd previously lost to. So this is a good place to show that they are still able to beat the last place team in the league and do it so cleanly. It is a great testament to showing what they'll be able to do when the rest of the teams actually come around. The CLG stretched fairly thin, did a good job of pushing the top lane wave to the river, so it's going to take a long time for that to actually build up, and we can see that there's actually no more super minions in that wave. This is the last super minion in the top half, but Team Liquid, everybody now in the bottom half, Tactical completely untouched. As he is going for this turn, it's going to go down relatively clean. 5 members of CLG unable to get anything started. Cannon Mirage still an ever-present threat. Coming out from Jenkins, getting flanked, going in and picking up another turn. This is potential triple hit. Frog is getting blown to bits. Going to be using his ultimate, the stopwatch to keep himself alive. But now they find their way into tactical account. They're going to be able to potentially blow him up, but no, not quite enough. Surenfire in the middle of the team, disrupting everything. Continues to do it. The barbecue Oliver's not able to quite fight it. Jenkins now in the back line, finding 2 kills of his own. Stixxay, can you even survive the onslaught? Yusui not going to give him an opportunity to, and the 30-minute victory coming out for Team Liquid. They're going to move to 7-6 as they picked up a win here over Counter Logic Gaming.